Welcome, fans and foes, viewers and haters. I'm your cinema simpleton because these days, even Hollywood can't fool an idiot. Remember when you were little and you got so fed up with rules that you just said, I'm gonna go run away and live in the woods? Well, one kid did just that. Except he was in his early 20s. And he got a movie made about his story. With a Zach Galifianakis cameo. You know, just like your childhood. Chris McCandless, played by Emile Hirsch, has just graduated from university and rejoined his place in a family that doesn't quite understand him. He's eager to leave a lifestyle of rules, materialism, and unnecessary worries behind, so he decides it's time to pack up and head for the wilderness, specifically to Alaska. Throughout his journey into the wild, Chris starts to see both the beautiful and unpredictable sides of nature around him. He's ready to hunt, fish, swim, even camp out in a broken-down bus just to find the freedom he's been looking for most of his life. And in his solitude, he meets kindred spirits that help him discover where he truly belongs. Alright, I'm gonna answer the first question that's probably on your mind, cause believe me, it was on mine before I popped this DVD in. No, Chris is not some naturist hippie who spends the whole movie whining about a capitalist America. Actually, come to think of it, Chris doesn't say much at all during this movie. Which is something, being he's a protagonist. While the film's narrative is good and its story is one worth telling, Chris is sort of the silent type. Most exposition about his life and beliefs come through the words of his sister, played by Jenna Malone. Here and there he expresses some deep philosophical lines and poetic dialogue, which Hirsch does quite well. The thing is though, because he really doesn't talk unless he has to, we get one very light performance from him. There's a lot more color to this kid than the direction allows him to have, and though they do go into detail of his motives and little bits of fragments throughout the story, it leaves him more mysterious than he really needs to be. For all the problems he's leaving behind, which to tell you the truth is pretty understandable of why he'd want to run away, you're sort of left with a second-hand narrator who's just saying what she thinks of him. The kid can speak for himself, and quite honestly, I don't understand why he isn't. Thankfully, it doesn't rob the movie of a solid message that really gets the audience back to its basic beliefs and away from empty purposes. The whole movie has a great range of background music, and song choices of a country style really tie the atmosphere together. Into the Wild is what I'd call a social survival piece with cinematography that really welcomes in the wonders of nature. Plenty of great shots help channel the mood of the scene and leave you wanting to travel or just go camping by the time the credits roll. My rating for Into the Wild is a 3.5 out of 5. Oh, and before you start commenting that this guy was alone and he didn't have any opportunities to talk to anybody, let me answer that with one word. Wilson!